a really lovely riff, just to sort of say, hey. Hi guys, this is Dale Vandersand, Real Vocal Coach, here today to listen to the new version of Reflection, sung by Christina Aguilera, Reflection 2020. We will also go back and compare it to the version from the animated film that she sang when she was 17 years old. Today we're going to get a more mature Christina Aguilera and hear what she does differently for the new live-action film of Mulan, which is premiering on Disney Plus, coming this Friday, September 4th. Very excited about this. This is unusual in that this is the biggest release that Disney has done on just Disney Plus itself versus a theatrical release. It had its premiere in March, actually, in Hollywood, but the rest of the world has not seen it. I'm coming to the film new. So I will be watching this live-action version as the only version of Mulan I will have ever seen. And then after that, I will go back and watch the animated version. I invite you to join me and my friend, Dr. Disney, his name is Peter, who has his own fantastic YouTube channel here. Look him up, Dr. Disney. He's done a reaction already to this version of Reflection, and he's done a reaction recently of Loyal, Brave, True. So please check those out. Now, he's also hosting a watch party this September 4th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join us. He's very entertaining. You'll love his channel. Subscribe to him. Please subscribe to me. You will find the subscription button. Click on the bell for notifications. Ding! And join me here on my channel as well if you're a newcomer. I'm covering various songs that are coming out as a vocal coach. Also, I'm doing musical theater coaching, and right now having just covered a few things in Hamilton, which is very popular, also on Disney Plus. What makes it different that it's a song for a live-action film versus a song that was part of a musical? The story comes from a Chinese folktale, actually, the Ballad of Mulan. And in the live-action version, we have the actress Liu Yifei playing the title role. But among the cast, I'm also really, really excited to see Gong Li, who's playing the witch. Now, if you don't know Gong Li, she is the Meryl Streep of China. She is a fantastic actress, and I used to follow Chinese film back in the 1990s and the early aughts. Beautiful, luscious, gorgeous historical dramas, and she played the major roles in those films. So I'm really excited to see what she's doing now as the evil character in this.
Look at me, you may think you see
Quite a dress.
who I really am, but you'll never know me. Every day, it's as if I play a part.
Okay, first off, beautiful cinematography, the gorgeous blue color, of course, showing us water, her reflection. She's looking into water for her reflection. Listening to her, her voice is very deep here. She's using her chest voice quite a lot. It's very calming, actually, the way she's using it, almost like water enveloping you. She's starting off with the riffs already. We'll see how that goes.
Now I see, if I wear a mask, I can fool the world, but I cannot fool my heart.
More riffs. We'll talk about those in a little bit. It's a nice beginning, nice exposition. She just sort of brings you into it. We know the song, wading your hand through water. I think that's she's doing here, but her voice reflects exactly that. It's soft and low and no pyrotechnics yet in the voice. It's not required at this point. We're getting to the chorus now.
I am now in a world where I have to hide my heart and what I believe in.
She's still changing keys. Her version versus Lea Salonga's version changed keys to suit the range of her voice, which is perfectly fine. I like it, actually. It gives it a little bit more color, a little bit more interest in the musical progression, actually. The orchestration is notable. It's more for a film, a live-action film. It's like hearing John Williams in the background for Star Wars or Superman or any of a number of films, especially big epic films. And when she comes in with "Who Is That Girl I See?", we have this large, I'm not sure if it's a timpani or another kind of maybe an Asian instrument that's a big drum sound. It brings in that element that you are listening to kind of a mixture of Chinese and European American orchestral music. This version already takes you into the story a little bit more with the orchestration.
But somehow I will show the world what's inside my heart, and be loved for who I am.
In this next section, she changes the melody from the original. I suppose a little bit under what the original melody is, so maybe it says to me that we're going to get a little bit more explosive toward the end. Her voice here is sounding a lot huskier. The nice thing about that is that she's giving us the warrior. She's being much more aggressive in her sound. There's also a little bit of gruffness that she's adding, and that does the same thing. I like that. Stylistically, I like those things. That's good. Earlier on in the song, when she gave us that low voice, she had to flip into a falsetto or a head voice in order to go over her break. I wasn't a big fan of that. And let's see what she does when she gets to another section here. I wouldn't teach that. I don't recommend it. I want to hear more of her voice. She has a wonderful voice. And what I'm hearing is that she's kind of pushing down, making her voice husky on the bottom. So in order to go up, she has to flip. It's a technical thing. Well, it was a lovely performance. She was just basically kneeling in one spot and singing the song. And then we watched parts of the movie, which looked very promising. It looks really exciting, very much like those 1990s Chinese films that I was talking about. Beautiful if that's going to be the case throughout the film. It's very different than her original, granted. And I'm sure they looked for something different. It's a different purpose. I think the song will be sung at the end during the credits or something. I'm not sure. The things that I'm not overly excited, can you tell? just because of certain things I mentioned. Vocally, I think she's pushing her voice too much. When she got full voice and sang at the top of the range of the song, which isn't that high, she did open up. She did use her full voice, and that was exciting. It was supported. It was rich. So I'll give her that. The riffs. Too many riffs. It changes the melody too much. It changes the feeling. I felt it's not a song of reflection. I felt it was I Am the Warrior, which would be Loyal, Brave, True, which would be something else entirely. I think what this version has done is removed her from being really personal with it. And it goes along with the warrior princess on horseback. Okay, I'm much more of a fan of the original version. There's beauty in it, there's introspection in it, and that's what I'm looking for with the words of this song. Now, I know the song itself. If I don't know the film, I know the song. I had just coached my friend and YouTube colleague, Dr. Disney, on his cover, which is coming out this week. Please check out his cover. He has a beautiful voice, and he's doing a really, really nice job interpreting the song using Christina Aguilera's sheet music. So I know the words, I know the ins and outs of how to enter the song. Last thing I'll say about this version, we're losing a sense of simplicity. Technically, it's all there. I don't know who she, as an interpreter, is in this song, except another instrument as part of the orchestra. A beautiful instrument. I love her voice. She's, to me, one of the top voices that's out there singing today. And I'm not taking anything away from this effort because it really is very good. I was hoping for superior. Write in the comments all your reactions to this reaction of mine. I don't mind. I'm listening with my vocal coach ears, and I hope you can kind of enter into it too, and then go back and enjoy it as much as you did before. Okay, I want to look back at the 1998 version of this song. In my impression of hearing it before, it's much more personal, it's much more intimate. Maybe that's just my memory. Let's look back to a younger Christina Aguilera and an original interpretation for this song.
Look at me, you may think you see who I really am, but you'll never know me every day. It's as if I play a part.
Okay, already, her voice is lighter, it's younger, but when she gets to as if I play, it's not being flipped. She's not bearing down on her voice, so she doesn't have to flip. She uses a little bit of a head in there. It's not full out, but it's not a stark contrast between the two.
Now I see if I wear a mask, I can fool the world, but I cannot fool my heart.
And the same thing with If I Wear a Mask. That's where it was most pronounced in Reflection 2020. And here, again, it's not a flip, it's just a little bit of a mixture into head voice there, just pulling back a little bit, keeping it light. And when she says, my heart, there's a very personal touch to that. She lets it be more of her own story. We have the drum here too. That's nice. And we also hear the dulcimer, the Chinese dulcimer. I forget the name of that instrument. So again, they're also keeping the cultural elements that build it into the story. She does her riffs here too. They're not as much, they're not as pronounced, they're not as showy. They have a place. In her performance here too, I wish she went a little bit deeper. I guess without watching the video, I felt a little bit deeper with the personalization.
Show the world what's inside my heart, and be love for who I am.
Those words have gravity. and be loved for who I am. So the riffs make sense. Who I am. It's not exact, but. Okay, before we get to the bridge, in the sheet music, which is what we've just worked off of for Dr. Disney's cover, there's a change in the way the lyrics are punctuated. There's a clever change, and she does not do this here, I'm surprised. In this 1998 version, I noticed before that she does not do it at all in the 2020 version. So either they changed it as they worked after the sheet music was published, or it was just ignored if some decision was made. On paper, there's a difference. Right before the bridge, it ends with, "When will my reflection show who I am?" Question mark. Capital I, inside, comma, there's a heart that must be free to fly. Which is different than the other two times that she sings, ending with the question with, "Who I am inside." So instead of saying, "When will my reflection show who I am inside?" there's a heart that must be free to fly, which is what you'll find online when you look for the lyrics. On the sheet music, it's, "When will my reflection show who I am? Inside, there's a heart that must be free to fly." I find it stronger because in that case, there's a reflection, there's a self-awareness that, yes, I have that capability. And so then the third verse is about determination and about the warrior coming out. Fly has a bit of a riff, and that's perfectly fine. That's called word painting, often when we talk about singing lyrics, and that they reflect a visual. You have to make choices. You have to make very specific choices, and that is much more artistry than just making a pretty sound. That's where I'm coming from. She sings the reason why, and it's not overly long. It's not just showing you can hold a note out forever. And there's a nice sound in her voice. In opera, we call it the squillo, the ping, the ring that is in the voice. And she has much more of it here. Here she lets the core of her voice sing that tone. And that often touches us deeply because we hear the core of the human. So here she's saying, "I won't pretend that I'm someone else for all time." Again, another riff, very well placed. Changes the melody a bit, but it's just this "I won't" in all of that phrase. And the third verse is, again, one of determination. It's going to build. It's the point of why she began to sing the song. That big and sigh, it's memorable. I like it. Flips a little bit into that head voice. It's a good choice here because it brings back a vulnerability that we started off the song with. And I like that here. I think that's what makes me feel that it's much more intimate and accessible to listen to. Okay, and then she ends with a really lovely riff, just to sort of say, "Hey." That's what it sounds like to me. It's a signature of hers. That's nice. That's nice when it's used properly. And I believe the riffs here in this version say everything she wants to say. This is my reaction, and I hope you are hearing what I have to say, at least, because I am passionate about these kinds of things. She has a beautiful voice. She has a wonderful style, and she really puts across the song musically with lots of attention to detail. In the 2020 version, I hope the huskiness and all that is more of a choice than the fact that she may be overusing her voice. That's how it seems to me. I hope not. I hope not. I'm going to listen to Loyal, Brave, True, which I haven't heard yet either. Let's see, because that's recent as well. Let's see what she does with that. So look forward to that video as well. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click like below. Please subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Ding! And join me again. Please leave some comments in the comment section because I love to respond. Share with me and let's have a conversation. Until that time, please stay safe. Continue to stay safe during this time. Good health to you and yours, and keep music in your heart. And this is Dale Vandersand, Real Vocal Coach, signing off. Ciao for now.